Hello, Hero of Collectors here. How's it going, everybody? Hope y'all are doing fantastic. I know I am, and today we're going to be taking a quick look at the Yolopark AMK series Optimus Primal model kit from Rise of the Beasts. I finally got this guy in to go with my Scourge and Optimus Prime, so today we're going to take a look at him. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, getting into this Primal figure, or Optimus Primal I should say. And I guess I really shouldn't call it a figure, it's technically a model kit, but it builds an action figure in my opinion. So, what's the good on this figure? The good is the sculpt. Yolopark is absolutely killing it with these live action figures. I have Scourge and I have the Optimus from this movie, and this Primal just continues that incredible sculpting and paint work that goes into these model kits. It's amazing that these are only $30 because what they do for them and the amount of detail that they build into stuff that you don't even always see all the time is just fantastic. I will never not gush about how much they pack into just these $30 model kits. It's honestly pretty great. And going back to the paint, even though this isn't an AMK Pro figure, it's just an AMK release, it still has some good paint work. Yeah, it's not like 100%, scuffed up and detailed and dirty like some of the Pro releases, but this still has a lot of good paint work. Some really crisp silver and gunmetal colors along with the black and the sculpted like fur and skin detail that's added from the beast mode. It all comes together to bring a really intimidating Primal figure together. I do like that he has the extra hands that you can do different expressions and poses with. I do wish that he had full sets of all hands included. He did not come with an extra fist. So it's 2 grip hands, 2 wide open hands, a pointing hand, and 1 fist. So I feel like that is kind of an oversight as to not including a double of each hand, 1 for each side, I mean. And I guess that's more of a negative on this figure, but I do like that they did this, and they did give us plenty of hands. The swords are really nice. I do like how that they can connect together and you can make a double-bladed weapon, but if you don't want that, you can have him dual-wielding pretty easily, and they look really good. Some nice, crisp silver paint on the blades. No real paint on the handles, but still, they look really nice when he has them in hand, wielded, fighting against Scourge. Okay, getting into the bad on this figure, my copy has a few loose joints and parts. So the torso is just a little loose. I tried to do a couple poses where he had a figure above his head and the actual torso crunch or ball joint, whatever that is, just would not hold the weight. The what would it be? The shoulders on the arms and kind of the elbows didn't hold that weight either. And then the panels on the arms want to pop off and are just kind of a little bit of a nuisance. And there's one particular, what would that be, tricep panel on the left arm that just constantly wants to pop off. And that's not one that you were supposed to, as the consumer, put on when you build the model kit. That one was meant to be already on the figure and wouldn't be needed to assemble by us. So that made posing a bit frustrating, but not impossible. Then the ankle articulation is really limited. It made getting that right stance to hold the balance a bit of a pain. His back, moving the feet back is hardly there. Side to side pivot is stopped in certain areas because of the panel work on the leg, like the shin area. And then his actual toe articulation is hardly anything. It gives you just a little bit of range, but not even, what would that be? Not even 45 degrees at all. So that is kind of annoying, but again, you can still make it work. It's not impossible, just kind of frustrating. And then I do wish that he had a few more accessories. He even came with an extra faceplate from the movie, but it actually never appeared in the movie. It was just in like concept art for other toys and whatnot. But the one accessory I'm surprised he didn't come with, because no other figures come with it, is the transwarp key. Studio Series gave their Primal a transwarp key, but they didn't give it to... Yolopark hasn't given it to Scourge or Primal here, so I felt like that's kind of a missing accessory that could have been included. But with all of that being said, what do I give this figure in terms of rating? I would give him a 7 out of 10. He's a great release, a lot of fun, looks really good, just has some minor flaws that bring him down a little bit. It's certainly not perfect, but you can still get a lot of enjoyment out of it. He's probably my least favorite of the movie model kits so far, but it's not bad by any say. I still really enjoy it, and I do not regret the purchase whatsoever. But yeah, to close out this video, let's cut back to a bit of a live action me where I discuss, does this figure have fun factor, and then we will close it out. So let's cut to that. Alright, to wrap this video, we're going to be doing my new segment, Does It Have Fun Factor? And I'm already giving myself a toughie. So what is fun factor? It's that indescribable feeling of when an action figure in hand kind of comes to life. It really just all comes together, the articulation, the look, the feel, the sculpt. It all brings the toy to life in your hands. It can also, it can become a desk figure, it can be one of your favorite figures. It's just that feeling you get, and it couldn't be different for everybody. For me, it's everything I just described. So does this figure have fun factor? Yes and no. Does it come together pretty well? Yeah, and it's pretty fun when he's all posed up and looks intimidating, but at the same time, there are issues. Like just now, I was having trouble with the ankles right there, so I guess the fact that I'm doubting it even a little bit means that no, he does not have fun factor. But even if a figure doesn't have fun factor, doesn't mean it's bad. It can still be a good figure. Just the fun factor adds a whole other element that isn't, the standard. It has good articulation. It is well painted. It does this. It does that. There are basic things that every person is going to enjoy about a figure, but the fun factor is something else. It's not universally always a thing that is considered. So I just wanted to talk about it here for this figure in particular. I'm going to say it's still a good figure, but it does not have fun factor, sadly. But with that said, I do hope you enjoyed this review. Make sure you leave your thoughts down below. Also like the video and make sure you are subscribed for all the content that I am cranking out for you guys all the time. So I will talk to you all in another video, another post, another time.